We on Black Gods. We made it.
Yes, we did, my brother, and it's a true blessing. You know, 21 is one of the most blessed numbers because it brings in what? Blackjack. Or whatever, amounts to a win.
Yes, sir.
Three sevens, 777.
That's right. There you go. And we just witnessed that address on the way over here with 770s. I started to address you that when we got out to look at the tire.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We got Pooch on the mic. And we got brother. I don't even know your name, bro. What's your
Double
name?
R. This is Brother Double R.
Brother Double R.
Sometime when we get secret, it's double O.
Yes, sir. Understood. Yes, sir. Let's open up in prayer, boys. I got it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Unless you want to do it.
Go ahead.
But I got it. Yes, sir. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, all praise is due to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, and Master of the Day of Judgment. Thee alone do we serve, Thee alone do we beseech for divine aid. Guide us on the right path, the path upon whom Thou hast bestowed favors, not upon whom Thy wrath has been brought down, nor upon those who go astray. Ameen.
Ameen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But yeah, bro, like, it's crazy. Like, this is the first time I've had a formal conversation with you, Pooch, but it's like, it feels like we've been talking for millennia, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I know. I wanna make sure everybody sees this, and it's like kind of include, since we are doing the live. Like,
we got an interactive audience, bro. So you handle the audience, bro.
They said I'm mean too.
Yes, sir.
Know?
Oh, we in there. Nah, this is they got questions. You keep an eye on that, bro.
Yeah,
and I'll handle.
If y'all can hear, if just let me know if you can hear everybody, and then that's all I really want to know.
Yes, sir. We'll get more technology advanced with like a mic to that camera next time.
Yeah,
you feel me? It'll get dope. Get dope. But this is just, you got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah, you got to start at ground zero. Exactly. When you start at ground zero from scratch, then you can build a beautiful building.
Absolutely. But yeah, man. So it feels like we've been talking for millennia, because we was talking, I think yesterday or 2 days ago when I called you. It's like, because we both we doing the work. Yeah. You know, we laying the foundation for the king that is to come. So
of course,
once you all the laborers have the affinity with each other, because you understand the task at hand, and we understand that there ain't no time for me not to like you.
There you go, my brother.
I don't have the luxury of like finding a reason not to fuck with you, bro. Like, I don't care.
But look, you're not Iblis. You're not devilish. So you don't even have those type of thoughts and moments. We may have that, but we have to discourage that.
Absolutely. Like, the thoughts of moments of like trying to like specifically like looking for a reason not to fuck with the nigga. Right?
Exactly.
Like, oh, he's wearing a beanie, bro. Like, he can't come on he can't, man. Well, like that Iblis. The
police wear beanies. Yeah. Everybody wears a beanie now. I'm the beanie man, if that's what you want to call me.
There we go. But the point is like once you put in enough work and you catch enough of that negativity from other people who are envious and afraid of you putting in the work, then it doesn't behoove our people's interest to partake in that fucking right?
Right. That's what it is.
It's all it is, bro. So like, why? Like, you see what it does. That attitude, it distracts, and it's a detour to where we need to go. So by putting in the work and putting ourselves in, we're on the front lines. We putting ourselves in the way of fire. Yeah. We're like, okay, why would I return friendly fire? You know what I'm saying? Why would I return friendly fire? That makes me a bad soldier.
Yes, that's true.
So we out here putting in work, soldiering, laboring, building. It's like, okay, well, I ain't about that. Like, and for example, I got put on to you because people that were on this podcast went to his store in Leimert Park about children's books. Yeah.
So
they came and they told me, all they had to say was like, hey, yo, that's his brother in Leimert selling children's books. And I was like, okay, it's a wrap. Because I was like, okay, he gets it. Yeah. He's getting the youth he's the youth. Yeah. Because that's the answer. Because that's the answer.
Yeah, that is the answer.
That's the answer, bro.
That is the answer, because we have to always realize that it's a point of reference. You have to start out on a good note. Even if you kind of end up on sour notes or it kind of goes awry, you can always come back to scale. You know what I mean? And sometimes so-called bad notes are good notes because you just didn't expect to do it.
Mm-hmm.
What I was thinking earlier, like when you're an adult, you have more reference to recognize certain energy.
Facts, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
facts.
Like so all we're doing is becoming sharper those that are, like you said, that are doing the work.
Yeah.
Because we're becoming more proficient in just reading a situation and seeing what that is. So like I understand, like, you know, what you're saying with that friendly fire type of situation. It's like, you know, like you could return the, you know, the thing just to, I'm a sharpshooter too, or you know, but that
exactly
leads down a certain road.
Yeah.
But if you recognize that energy and we become proficient because we've been aware, we've been doing this work, we recognize now many different characters interacting, especially doing work in the street.
Bro,
that's the ultimate refinery, is talking to people on the spot in the street, having something to push.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Especially literature, bro, because it's hand to hand combat, because they're gonna find a reason not to buy it immediately. Something that's wrong with it. Something that allows them to posture and make them think that they're better than you, and that they're right, so they can remain comfortable and in the same condition that they are in.
Well, you know, like that hasn't been my experience selling literature, man.
Yeah.
Like I feel like people are.
I was talking about final calls, bro. I catch that word, but continue.
But I get you. But
Yes,
even the final call, I think people are always willing to take some money out of their pocket and know that there's valuable information that's in there, and they support the brothers that are out there in the suits, in the hot sun, pushing this type of work. They recognize the best of what that is in the culture. Like, oh man, look at brother doing this for us and trying to, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
They do, man. There's so much love with like this, you know, pushing literature in the hood.
Facts, man.
Like, you know, and I push children's books like in the hood. You push, you know, the final call in the hood. Like
in the hood.
But but we're it's interesting thinking about it like this. It's interesting thinking about it like this because we're both it's two ends of you know, literary works.
Absolutely, bro.
You know, one geared towards the adults, the other sold to the adults but geared towards children.
Absolutely.
You know? But I feel like I've been happy to receive papers and pay for papers and sometimes get them for free. And, you know what I mean? Like all the time. Like it's valuable literature. Yeah. You know, that's been my experience with, you know, the final call. Yeah. But getting, you know, selling my books off in the streets too, it's been nothing but love. Like like from grandma to the gangsters.
Absolutely, bro.
Are in awe and respect of you know, and encouragement. Absolutely. You know what I mean? I'm sure they tell you that too. Like even, you know, from grandmas to gangsters.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. And let's be real, like, who the hell hates a children's book? You feel me? Like,
who
what kind
can do that?
Who can hate it? Yeah, you got to be a sick, sadistic son of a bitch to hate a children's book, bro. So
it's
absolutely.
You said it, man.
Nah, man, like,
it's undeniable. And then who could hate a children's book about health?
Yeah, bro. And like, brush your teeth and eat vegetables, bro.
You cannot do
like,
that.
How you gonna hate? How you gonna hate? But to your point, I do get a lot of love, because really what people see specifically FOI push your final calls. It's like, man, you out here doing the work that I really don't want to do, bro. I respect you. It's just, you gotta think, it's like, that's how the white man views the military. It's like, I respect you, because you really to put your life on the line, so I can live my life, bro. How could you not respect that? And even like, salute. For real. And even now that I push, and now that I'm a soldier, bro. Like, don't get it. People think, like, some people think bow ties is a joke and shit. I'm like, no. We're soldiers. Like, if you see us moving for a nation, that is a military. That is the black man's military.
And you have to always remember this. You have to have a point of reference. And if you don't stand for anything, you don't stand for nothing.
Absolutely, bro.
You see what I mean? So, you know, your character is impeccable because you have some guidance. You have a reference point.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? You're very intelligent. All of us are very intelligent people.
Yes, sir.
Cosmic angelic entities.
Yes, sir.
And we need to always put our best foot forward.
Facts, man.
You see what I mean? Because just like you just got finished saying, what I look like not liking you? Where is that coming from? What kind of shit is that?
Yeah.
I don't know nothing about you, so why would I not like you?
Exactly, bro.
That was excellent, my brother.
Exactly, bro. And I'm like, you know, with this training, it's just like, even just like you said, bro, it's all about, if you in the streets putting in work, you become a soldier, bro, because you read. You can read, and it's always high stakes, because let's be real, you want to get that sale, so you have to position yourself to be like, all right, well, how How do I get that?
To read
how do
the
I
situation.
How do I read the situation? How do I present it? How do I handle the I'm good? Which is it's me when people come to me with stuff.
What's the first revelation?
What is it?
What's the first revelation in the Quran? What Muhammad was commanded? What was he commanded to do?
Speak? What?
You said it in your previous sentence.
What?
Read.
Oh, read. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The first revelation was to read.
Yes, sir. The first revelation that was revealed to the prophet,
To the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him.
which I forget which surah was the first one. You know which number?
So
You know?
that that surah is Al-Iqra. Iqra.
You know which number?
Nah, it was probably late in the later like numbers like hundreds.
It is.
That, like,
Which one was? You know what, bro? You know what? We got the internet right here. Let's just
Yeah.
give actual facts. First
Iqra
revelation.
bismi rabbika a'la.
Because we could bust it out and read it. Why not? No, we about education. So
Yeah.
first, so
it
I'll
says
say,
read in the name of your Lord,
Yeah. Yeah.
so the but that sense of reading, I think is misconstrued, especially like in Islam, like everybody's saying, oh, his read, but we're talking about the prophet who didn't know how to read. He was the unlettered prophet, right? He was the illiterate prophet.
Yes, sir.
So he's being revealed this Quran, but the first revelation in this Quran says, read.
man.
So what
bro,
are we reading?
That's big.
You see what I'm saying?
Nah, that's big, bro. The first revelation
Was
the first
read.
word was read. Oh man, that's
Iqra.
That's the answer to everything, because that's what gets you out of any condition. Is study. Is read.
To study.
To study.
And look at the stars
Yeah.
and read the stars.
Yeah.
Read the clouds. Read the trees. Read
Yes,
the
sir.
birds and the bees.
Yes,
read
sir.
the humans and their you know what I'm saying? The situations
Absolutely.
that we're in. Like read the energies that we're surrounded with. Like,
Absolutely.
That's what we are meant to read.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah. Okay. 96. All right. So let's
96.
just
There you
96.
go. It wasn't in the
Ba,
hundreds
ba,
yet.
ba. Yeah. And I love keeping this right here for this
Well,
reason.
that's why.
And I've got on the table. we got the Bible, we got the Quran, we got the Bhagavad Gita.
Okay,
We got
yeah,
that,
you got a full lineup
you got the
there.
lineup.
You see what I'm
And we
saying?
gotta
3
talk-
is completion.
Yeah, and we got to talk Bhagavad Gita
Yeah.
because, like, you read entirety of the Bhagavad Gita?
Not the entire.
Okay, you've read the whole thing, right?
Yes.
Okay, yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
All right, 96, the clock. Yes. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, read in the name of thy Lord who creates man from a clot. Read, and thy Lord is most generous, who taught by the pen, taught man what he knew not. Nay, man is surely inordinate, because he looks upon himself as self-sufficient. Surely to thy Lord is the return. Hast thou seen him who forbids a servant when he prays? Seest thou if he is on the right way, or enjoins observance of duty? Seest thou if he denies and turns away? Knows he not that Allah sees? Nay, if he desists not, we will seize him by the forelock, a lying, sinful forelock. Then let him summon his council. We will summon the braves of the army. Nay, obey him not, but prostrate thyself and draw nigh to Allah.
Yeah, that's beautiful,
Yeah,
my
bro.
brother.
Love that.
That's
Love the
beautiful,
Quran.
man. Yeah, that's beautiful.
And that's English, bro.
And you know
That's English.
they found that the frontal cortex,
Yeah.
the frontal part, the part that Allah said He's gonna grab them by, their frontal cortex is where you create your lies from and your illusion.
Wow.
and
Right,
disconnection.
exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And
Yes,
then
sir.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
then he ended that surah by saying, prostrate yourself. So now that line,
That
sinful part, you have to bow that down.
Submit. Get that. Man.
Yeah, let that energy, let the earth draw that energy out of your
Man.
system.
And submit
Yeah,
to
absolutely,
the energy
bro.
instead of being
Led.
being sinful with these lies that most people are just trying to make up.
Led by.
with the you know what I'm saying
Yeah.
that they're led by.
That they're led by. People are led by the lies they tell
and
themselves. bro.
and they're really basically convincing themselves. You see what I
Yeah.
mean? They're sitting around talking about beliefs and all that when you're actually dealing with reality. What belief? A belief somebody told you?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The reality is we all know better.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Do you can you read Arabic?
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
that's
So you
amazing,
speak and read
brother.
Arabic.
I could recite Quran.
Yes,
you know,
sir.
I recognize certain words and the meanings.
Yes, sir.
But
Could you have read this?
Right.
Okay. Could you have read 90? If I gave you this book, could
In
you have read?
Arabic? Yeah.
Yes, sir. So if I gave you 96 to read in Arabic, you could do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Because the thing is like, you know, this podcast, you know, they all know, you know, I'm in the nation. Temu's,
Right.
he's a Moor, so like they know that, but a lot of people are just coming in touch with it. And they like,
Yeah, well,
they have all these ideas about what, because you got to think. And we'll get back to you reading it, but
Sure.
you got to think the war of in Iraq, all that. After 9/11 was a war against Islam. So what that did, that put the idea.
It's been a war.
It's been a
on
war. It's been a war. It's
Islam,
real.
like,
Yeah, it's been since
the-
Crusades, bro. Like,
Of course.
it's just,
Yeah,
it's
man.
just,
Of course.
All of this is based on
free
Islam.
thinking. Anytime it's free
The whole
thinking,
new
they're
world
gonna
is
try to
based
suppress
on
that.
suppressing and surpassing Islam.
Facts.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
and
yeah.
corrupting Islam. The
Facts.
only fact, the fact that Christopher Columbus was able to cross the seas was
Right.
because the Muslims gave him
Yeah.
direction and permission.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
navigation.
We allowed it. We allowed him to
instructions.
find this part
And
of the
when
earth.
he arrived on the shores of the of what this is, this new world,
Right.
you know, an ancient world for us.
Yeah.
You know
Right.
what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir. Yes,
So what he heard the adhan on the shores of these coasts already, and that's documented in his diary.
That's insane, bro. Yeah.
He heard the adhan,
Yeah.
so Islam was already here.
Yeah.
Abu Bakr from the 14th century
Yeah.
or the 12th century.
Yes, sir.
Mansa Musa's brother.
Yes, sir.
They sent thousands of fleets over here.
Yes, sir.
Thousands
Yes, sir.
of fleets. There wasn't more slave boats than Abu Bakr had
Yeah.
Right.
from Mali.
Yeah.
and Mansa
Right.
Musa was his financier.
Yes,
'cause
sir.
that's his brother, and that's the richest man on
This
earth.
this is Songhai, the Songhai Empire, Mansa Musa,
The
Or-
Malian Empire.
Malian. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Understood.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the Timbuktu, all of that, you know?
All right, bro.
Oh, well, that was the notorious brother that was enslaving his own people. Is this the cat?
Nah, this is the guy who was spending gold all around, you know, the world and controlled the price
Yeah.
of gold throughout the whole world.
Oh,
and,
okay.
and spent
Yeah.
so much gold on his trip to Mecca, he deflated the whole,
is that right?
value of gold because he
Abu
got
Bakr?
everybody. That's Mansa Musa.
Mansa Musa, yes, sir.
Mansa Musa, but Abu Bakr was his brother though.
Understood.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So he sent his brother over to
sir.
the New World to, you know, like Montezuma and all of that, and
Yes, sir.
you know, that's that Mansa Musa,
Yeah. Understood.
Yeah,
Montezuma,
there you
bro.
go.
Mansa Musa.
Wow.
There you go.
Now,
You
now,
see-
now,
Got
now,
into
now,
the
is that-
linguistics of it.
Is that you, or is that? Did you hear that, or like, did you put that together, or is that
No.
like, okay, is that that's a known thing?
Yeah.
Did you learn that in Senegal? When you
No, I didn't learn that.
Where'd you learn that from?
Here, I learned that here.
Understood.
Yeah.
Okay.
I learned that tidbit here. You know?
Understood.
I forgot where.
Yeah.
You know, I can't really like validate the source right now, or give you a particular book.
Yeah.
But that one I can't speak too much on.
Yes, sir.
But definitely, you know, the fact that Mansa Musa, you know, sent fleets and fleets and fleets, and the fact that the whole Muslim world, we have to forget, like people really misinterpret the whole Quran and even the whole early like Islamic periods and their role in shaping the world. Like back in Iraq, you were just talking about Iraq. Iraq was the center of astrological science
Yes, sir.
in the world.
Yes, sir.
The astrolabe, they had to come and calibrate. The astrolabe was a tool that they used to measure the stars. You know,
Yeah,
It's an
yeah.
astrolabe. It's an actual like fabrication. Like it's a tool, and so they used to calibrate it and travel from all around the world and come to Iraq, go to Iraq to calibrate it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And that was under the Muslim, you know, because when the Muslim,
sir.
the Muslim, the center of the dynasty was once in Iraq as well.
Understood. Which dynasty?
Huh? So we're talking about the Umayyad.
Okay, understood.
This is the first period.
Understood.
The Umayyads are the first ones.
Okay, Umayyads. Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
Iraq.
Understood.
The oldest mosques in Islam
Okay.
are in Iraq.
Understood.
So I have a different like perspective about even the whole origins and even like Mecca and where all of that geographically is, because there's anyway I don't even want to get into that, dude. Like, there's
you have
whole
intelligence, bro.
There's
this
a
is
whole nother like world that I've been studying. Like,
oh, bro, and you've got game on that because when I think Islam, I think Islam specific to our people here in this country right now. So I know there's that whole other world that is left to be explored. You know what I'm saying? Where
this one came from, like the origins of this, like this. If you read this book, this the Quran, Arabic itself is like it's a Semitic language.
Yes,
you know,
sir.
it comes from that like ancient African line of languages.
Yes, sir.
The Ge'ez that they speak in Ethiopia, the ancient Bibles that are in Ge'ez, you know, that's an ancient language that's only spoken in the churches right now.
Yes, sir.
And here's a prayer. My wife is Ethiopian.
Oh, word. That's what's up, bro.
One day we were just chilling and like, we talking like spirit, talk.
Yeah.
And so we were talking like, she said a prayer and she said, Besma'am bawald b'manfas kudus ahadu amlak. And I said, whoa, oh my gosh, because I'm listening to the Arabic in that, right?
Yeah.
Or I'm recognizing the Arabic.
Yeah.
This is in her ancient African language.
Okay.
Bisma'am,
Yeah.
bawald, b'manfas, kudus, ahadu amlak. Right?
Yeah.
That's the prayer that the monks say if you go to the ancient Ethiopian churches or the churches like that are around here, the ancient prayers that they start off with is that Bisma'am bawald b'manfas kudus ahadu amlak.
Yes, sir.
Right? So in Islam, if I'm about to read this surah right here, I have to start off with Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
Yes, sir.
Bismillah, in the name of Basma'am, right? Bismillah, right? In the name of the Most High, right?
Yes, sir.
So, and then it says, Bawal b'manfas. Manfas is the manifest, the manfas, right? So that's where manifest comes from.
Yes, sir.
Manfas. It's an African word.
Right.
Yes, sir.
A deeply African, ancient African word to manifest. It's manfas.
Yeah.
That's the name of Allah in the Quran.
Yes, sir.
Right? He's the manifest.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
and then Qudus. So there's another the one of the last chapters is Al Ikhlas. It's called Kul Huwallahu Ahad. Ahad means one.
Wow.
Right? So when they say Bisma'am bawal b'manfas Qudus is the holy. Qudus is another name of Allah in the Quran.
Yes, sir.
Qudus Ahadu Amlak. Right?
Yeah.
So it's like now you see what I'm saying? So this is an ancient African language.
Yes, sir.
The Arabic.
Yes, sir.
It's just not Arabic.
No,
You look up on Google and you will see it's a Nabatean language.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, is that
Nabatean.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now
that right?
it's classic Arabic. This is classic Arabic.
Yeah.
Right.
This is not Arabic that the Arabs speak.
No.
This
Yes,
is
sir.
classic Arabic.
Yes, sir.
From the origin.
This is a big misconception.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
And
they know.
this origin is black.
Nabateans. You know
Yes,
what I'm
sir.
saying?
Yes,
Now
sir.
we're talking like the and you won't find no history. Now, anytime there's a history that you just can't find nothing about, it just disappeared.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What is that about?
Yeah, you know they black.
Oh, facts, bro.
They black.
You know they black.
They blotted
You know
it
they
out.
About the aliens and all of this bullshit.
Alien,
You know they black, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's what they do. They label all of our dope shit as aliens. Oh,
Yeah.
niggas couldn't have done that.
Man, they couldn't have done that.
And they cold. They cold with it too, bro.
Oh,
It's
man.
like because that completely
Ooh-wee.
debunks the lie of white supremacy. If niggas did shit that we can't do, what does that make them?
Hey, there's this dude. There's this white dude.
It makes them.
You already know they are the original niggas. You know, they're original.
There's this white
ignorant,
dude. He has a podcast, right?
Yeah.
He did this whole documentary, and he was showing like the different, these different documentaries where like different places in South America and Africa, and all of these places where pyramids are, and all of these black people were, right? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So this is a white dude.
Everything's on deck.
He said, "Look, this is the conclusion, man. I love this dude for this, man. This shit is so brilliant.
Yeah.
He said,
A white boy, right?
this is a white boy.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
He said,
Caucasian.
look, he even had a T-shirt line, man. I swear to God, I want to buy it. He said, aliens don't like white people.
Wow.
Because he said that nowhere where white people are, do they say that it came from aliens? Do they have like pyramids?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
And so the aliens only visited the black people. So he said, I figured it out, man. Aliens don't like white people.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
No, they
No,
don't.
they don't.
Absolutely not.
They don't. They don't have nothing in common.
But let's flip this on its head. The only aliens in this universe are white people because they alien because the black man.
We don't know what your origin is.
The black man is universal.
Well, even the
Right.
black ones are aliens, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
like-
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
absolutely. Extraterrestrials.
Yes, sir.
Right. Exactly. That's what, exactly.
Oh,
yeah, we are
facts.
extraterrestrial.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
we're universal.
All that
We
means
are-
is,
yeah.
we built inhabitants on other planets. We've been on other planes in different dimensions.
and we're there
Come
now.
on.
We're there now.
Exactly.
Doing our thing, bro.
And we're in heaven right now.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
We're in
Yeah, heaven is wherever we go.
Maybe and if,
No, we're literally in the heavens.
No.
Like Earth.
Oh, yeah.
is-
Yeah,
Earth.
that's what I say.
Yeah.
But
in the heavens.
We're all
heaven is
space.
wherever you go or I go. We carry heaven with us.
Facts.
You know,
Yeah. But
happiness,
I get what he's
joy
saying. Yeah.
is all within.
facts, and I get what you're saying. It's like we're in the heavens. Yeah,
Right.
and we're also
We're in heavens. We're suspended in heaven.
We are.
Yeah, we are.
We are spacemen. Yeah,
absolutely.
We're spacemen.
Exactly.
We're on a spaceship.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. Thank you.
Exactly.
But yeah, you was talking about the war on Islam. But yeah, I want to
Yeah.
close that because that's big, and then you go back to reading that.
Oh,
so I'll
yeah,
keep us
yeah,
on
yeah.
track. But anyway, yeah, the war. But I'm gonna close. We was talking about because you were on something with talking about how everything is pretty much structured to go against Islam in this
Man,
country.
Islam.
Of course.
Look,
Of
Islam.
course, of
Islam
course.
gave America its constitution.
Yeah, man.
It was based on treaties that the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, had with other, with the Jews of his time and like the native, Arab tribes. Like these were based off of his treaties. All of the law of how to navigate and create your own government. Islam basically is its own government, and that's what it's teaching. But we just don't look at Islam like that anymore.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? We
Yes,
don't.
sir.
Islam, like this book, this Quran, which is really a legal book. It gave people like
Facts.
the structure of how to structure a family, and now the rights of everybody within that family.
Yeah.
If you have if there's a polygamous thing, then every woman has the right. This is never before seen in any book anywhere where it gives women that much power.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so to say, it's like, or the Arabs of today that are very anti, or very misogynistic.
Yeah,
they
absolutely,
don't
bro.
understand the spirit of Islam.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like this book is a legal document, and it's really a universal legal document. It gives so much information, but man,
Yes, sir.
it's just very, very powerful, but you have to read it in its proper context.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Because we're reading it, in my opinion, from what I found, and Allah always says to think about the signs. Like I said, the first commandment was read.
Yes,
so. We must read. We must educate ourselves,
All
and
day.
He always blesses us,
All day.
even if we're going down the wrong path. As long as it's like of a path of knowledge and education, then we're still being blessed down that path. But we have to, read, like you were talking about, all of these other books to comprehend what is really going on.
Well,
and what is this
faith without
message.
works is dead. You got to put your work in. You got to stay down to come
understand.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And that's a beautiful thing. You see what I'm saying? Nowadays, what's happening is they're taking the children away from reading,
Yeah.
and away from skills, and away from knowing exactly who they are, and connecting
Absolutely.
with the adults, their parents.
Yeah,
you see what I
absolutely.
mean?
Yeah.
It's got a wicked situation going down.
Yeah, we are our children's
Yeah.
teacher. Like that
Exactly.
duty falls on the parents, bro. Like,
Exactly.
otherwise, you sending them to the devil, bro. Like straight up.
Of
You in this
course
country,
you
that's what
are.
you're doing.
Of course
and
you
I'm
are.
talking to myself right now, bro.
Right.
Like I've got to I must take upon that responsibility. To
Well, you know
educate my
what?
children.
It's beautiful that
Yeah.
you said that, and it's beautiful that Dr. Pooch says that, because right now we're at a crucial point where they're trying to destroy future existence
Man.
and generational knowledge and wisdom.
Facts,
You
man.
see what I mean? You're trying to destroy a man's true purpose on this plateau or this dimension or whatever we want to call it. You see what I mean? And it's like brothers like me, you, Pooch, you know, it's up to us to push this agenda forward.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's up to us.
It's our duty.
You know what I
man.
mean?
It's like you can't expect the world, the infrastructure of this world, which is built on our back and us
Yeah,
being
there
in a
you
low
go.
condition to just automatically
go.
let it happen. So when we're talking about these flat tires, we're talking about the material universe clapping back at our ascension. That's really, it's saying that's its architecture just working as designed. It's like, no, you're not just going to build a new kingdom on my shit, bro. So, right? So you can't get mad at it because my thing's going to do the same thing. No, I'm like, you're not going to supplant me, bro. Like, I'm not going to let you just build. So you got to take it like a puncher takes a punch. It's like, yeah, you can't expect to go in a fight and not get punches thrown at you,
something to have
bro.
some
Like,
sort of
come
connection
on.
go on. It's
Man.
all a part of it.
Yeah, it's a part of it.
Yeah, it's all a part of it.
Yeah.
And like I said, what we're doing is facing reality. See,
Absolutely.
We got to get out of all these crafty words that we've been taught.
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I mean? All this trickeration, chicanery,
Yes, sir.
tomfoolery.
Yes, sir.
Foolery.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what the man said when the man came to town. He said, look, we got to run you out of town, man, because you got too much tomfoolery and chicane. You got more tomfoolery and chicanery than I do. So we got to run you out of town.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But yeah, go back to the Quran. It's
Go ahead, man.
Yeah. But yeah, I really want to close this point about like just the war, like what they have done.
Islam
bro.
is the beginning of bro. Think about the centuries. Go back and what's so 7th century? That's where we got this book from. Okay,
Yes, sir.
7th century.
That's when it was revealed.
So 7th century. That's 600s. Okay, so it's 600, 700, 800. By 800, right? What was happening? Where was knowledge? Knowledge was either in two centers, in Timbuktu, or
Facts.
it was in Andalusia, Spain. This is the ancient. This is the from maybe like 900 to that 1492. That 1492, while we were ingrained that Columbus sailed the ocean blue 1400, right? They we were ingrained with that bullshit,
Right?
Because 1492, that's when it was the Christian takeover. King Ferdinand,
the Crusaders.
King Ferdinand and all of that.
Yeah.
That it was a Christian takeover. So who did they take over? They took over the Islamic empires.
That's right.
Okay?
That's true. That's very true.
The Muslims dominated not only the Jews but the Christian as well.
Yes, sir.
They were the predominant culture, and everybody was under the jurisdiction of the Muslims.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Because the Muslims ran shit all over the world.
That's true. That's very true, my brother.
Who were the ones that? So what was going on in Europe at that time? Not a damn thing.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Yes,
who
sir.
were the ones that went and created the structures for them to flourish? The
Wait,
ones
in like the 700? Oh yeah, that was like warring tribes.
Not even in the 700s. It was nothing.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
We're talking about huts and shit.
Yeah.
Like there was nothing.
Cave
okay?
people.
It was huts.
Yeah.
Maybe they had but it were definitely warring tribes. We got the the Vikings, the this, the that,
Yeah, them niggas was savage, bro.
Right. It was definitely not as organized as say the
NATO.
the African kingdom of Mali and Ethiopia and throughout Africa. Even we could go to the Congo. We could go to there was definitely not on that level of organization. Right?
Absolutely.
And this is the 700. This is recent history. Okay. This is recent history. This is less than 2,000 years ago. We're talking like 1,400 years ago. So so then you fast forward. 700, 800, 900. By 900, all of those times, that was the Islamic period out of Spain, Andalusia. The whole Sevilla, and all of those places, like the kingdom, the architecture that they had. You know that they were Africans because of the architecture. No other people built in perfect geometric, like universal architecture, like where you go in there and you feel like something magical. You know what I'm saying? Like the arches and all of these, like true masonry.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like you don't find that anywhere else. Like, but the Africans that came out of the Nile Valley. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's this tradition that's set through the Nile Valley people. There is an exodus into Jerusalem and all of that, into going into like Jordan and all of these places, Iraq, and then they came back down into the northern Africa. And mind you, all of these, we're thinking of them of history as like multi complexion at that time, but we're talking about black tribes that are everywhere. You see what I'm saying? And even
all over the world.
In those countries right now, those black tribes still exist. They're just at the lowest echelon of society.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like you go to Egypt, you still see the black, the ones in the south.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they're just the bottom of the echelon. The bottom of, you know what I'm saying? But there's the African features. Like,
yes, sir.
Well, it's like we was talking to the girl, the Russian girl today, and then she was talking about the black Russian, and then that's why I told her, I said the drink, that's where the drink comes from, the black Russian. We had a whole lot of black Russians.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Just like you said, we were all over the world. We were everywhere.
Black people created the language that Russians speak.
I know.
They created Russian itself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yes.
Yeah. Huh.
Andrew,
Christianity.
She was talking about
Christianity.
we just met a Russian woman. She was talking about Andrew. What's his name? Andrew Pushkin.
Pushkin. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
He was a poet and a writer.
Nah, he's good too. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Oh, you ready?
Yeah.
A black man.
Oh, is that right?
He was black. That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In Russian.
Yes, sir.
So anyway, man. So my only point is they've been hiding the origin,
origin of things,
of things, even from Egypt. And this book,
Kemet, Cushite.
Who's the prophet, or where is the place that is spoken of the most in this Quran?
I don't know. Where?
Ethiopia,
Egypt.
Oh, yes, sir.
Cushite.
Moses and Egypt.
Yeah.
Okay,
so we're
sir.
talking about
Cushite.
an African book.
Yes, sir.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
If the book talks about a certain location, throughout the whole book, you got to start saying, okay, this is
the origin.
It's talking about certain things. So so you have to follow that lineage. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So anyway, I'm saying all of this to say, like, this tradition of what this Quran represents, and the other religions like that were well, yeah, that's even debatable, because we could say that this was the first book.
What you're saying
even
is
before the Torah and all of that.
Yeah,
You know
the
what I'm saying?
intellectualism came from this origin, the intellectualism, to be able to be intellectualized.
What I'm saying is the structure of government.
Right.
Like, this is a legal book.
Yeah.
The governments have been set up by utilize, like what they say, Thomas Jefferson and Obama had the.
Well, that's
the
under
Thomas
the
Jefferson Quran.
Masonic law. It's all of it's under Masonic law.
They studied these books to understand how to make their law. Their bylaws came from this book.
Of course.
You see what I'm saying?
Of course, the universal is universal
They didn't
cosmic
understand
knowledge.
it before. Even like all of the structures, like Washington D.C. and all of these, they're all built. That's Benjamin Banneker. Like, this dude was,
and it was built by observations of the constellations, zodiac signs, numerology.
This is deep.
All this stuff is invested in that
knowledge that was passed on, and only
Right.
him could
Esoteric. You're right.
replicate that.
Yeah.
That's bringing knowledge of the heavens into
So
physical
above, so below.
manifestation on earth. That's what we're talking about, the
Right.
Lamert Park joint. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes,
This
sir.
is true building.
Absolutely.
Only people who have done that are African folks around
Facts.
the world.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's why when the dude said like aliens don't like white people, I just laugh like that shit is funny as hell, dude. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because he's really taking a stab at how insulting it is
Yeah.
that they're saying that these
Must have been aliens.
indigenous people didn't have the intelligence to make
Yeah.
these beautiful structures.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Like. But
Yeah.
and these books are telling us, look to Egypt, look to Egypt, look to Egypt, look to Egypt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yes,
Like
sir.
we got to start waking up and believing it.
Yes,
like,
sir.
oh, okay, this came out of Egypt. This
Yes,
is
sir.
some African. This is an African text.
Yes,
and
sir.
you look on Google right now, you'll see classic Arabic. A Nabatean language. So Nabateans were the ones in Petra in Jordan.
Yes, sir.
You see those beautiful buildings literally made and carved out of the mountain.
Yeah,
Bro,
exactly.
It's amazing. Bro.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think, man, it's going deep.
Go on.
I think that's the original setting of I think the original Mecca is there.
Understood.
I think the whole premise of like the whole beginnings of in the origin of this book and all of that, and like the whole pilgrimage, it couldn't have happened in Mecca because Mecca wasn't on any map prior to the 7th century.
Yeah.
So how
So
is
in
this-
other words,
how
they
is the Mecca
relocated it.
the mother of all cities? You saying Mecca, and it's a valley, but it's not really even geographically a valley. If you go to Mecca, it's not even a valley. It's a.
Well, they'll
it's-
tell you.
You been to Mecca?
I haven't, but
understood.
but when I my mother has, my father has. When I talk to my mother about her experience, she imagined this Mount Arafat to be this mountain, because it's like you hear about it. The prophet spoke to the people and on Mount Arafat. It's a little hill mound. It's a little mound. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they
Yeah.
go up and they, you know what I'm saying? And then they throw the rocks in there. You could, come on, bro. You can't
Yeah.
fool me.
Understood.
Like, just because you got a spring over there and you call it Zamzam. My wife was even breaking down to me Zamzam, even the origins of that means like that springs forth or something in the Ge'ez language or in like Ethiopian. She understands the root of Zamzam. You see what I'm saying? Even the root of the words that we're, venerating the Arab, but it's not Arabic. This is African.
Understood.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
She's Ethiopian.
Yes, sir.
So she understands, the Tigrinya, the Amharic, the Ge'ez like origins of these words.
Yeah.
Like if you hear Tigrinya, it sounds like Arabic.
Yeah,
You see what I'm
understood.
saying?
Yes,
you
sir.
go to Sudan, it's Somalia, they speak in Arabic.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? These are black folks.
Yes,
Like,
sir.
So so we just get it. We've given a lot of history, just like Christianity is kind of been whitewashed in terms of like, the European, have taken over it, and Roman and all of that, even though Christianity was an African religion.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
This Quran too has been, kind of whitewashed in the
course.
sense like, and I think even like geographically, like totally
It's been
like,
tampered with.
Yeah.
Of course, you're going to relocate things when you don't want it to be found.
Absolutely.
How can you have the mother of cities and say that millions of people or thousands or hundreds of thousands of people used to go from all corners of the earth to Mecca to go around in the Kaaba like they do today, right?
Yeah.
Like they do today.
Well, they even said
but
they
it wasn't
figured-
on no maps.
Well, see, they even said that one day while I was watching the television, they said the original origin of Mecca is in the Valley of the Kings, which is in what?
Egypt.
So-called Egypt.
In Egypt, that might be the original. I would believe that Egypt was one of the original pilgrimages,
Right.
And then it went to Petra,
Right.
Because we can verify that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Why do you think
There's-
it's Petra? And Petra's where is
Jordan?
Jordan, yes, sir. Okay.
Yeah, in Jordan.
Yeah.
Well, they mentioned Petra.
There's so all right. The Quran never talks about the city of Mecca.
Mm-hmm.
It says the Meccans, right? Talking about a people.
Right.
And it says the valley of Bakka. never says the valley of Mecca.
Understood.
Right.
It says Bakka, and people say Bakka means is an old name for Mecca. But you can't just throw that one on me and convince me that easily, right?
Understood.
So now a valley is a valley though. This is clearly saying a valley. So there's a dude who did a thesis, and okay, there's another point where we're saying the Masjid al-Haram, right? So before the Qibla, the direction of the prayer used to be towards the Masjid al-Haram. Haram means forbidden.
Yeah.
When something is haram, right? That's forbidden. So Masjid al-Haram means the forbidden mosque. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
So what's forbidden about the mosque over in Saudi Arabia? Nothing would be technically forbidden to use that word haram. Right, but in Petra, there's this the place of worship. They used to say that you couldn't. I think like you couldn't bury the dead over there. It was like because it was haram. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was like it's more associated with that, with the connotation, with the mysticism that they had over there. Then there's like a stream that runs parallel to like this back and forth, which they were saying there's two mountains, which are literally there geographically, the Safa and the Marwah.
Yeah.
Which Safa and Marwah, that's the basis of the whole, Hajra, Hagar, from the Bible, Sarah and Hagar.
Yeah.
And Hagar had Ishmael.
Yeah.
So Ishmael was dropped off. That's Abraham's son. And then she ran between Safa and Marwah to go find some water.
Yes, sir.
And right. So that whole story. But they're in the geographic area of Saudi Arabia. There's no Safa and Marwah. It's just some mounds. Literally, they're going underground. If you see it today, you can look on YouTube. They're going underground in a. It's like a mall. Down there they have like a elevator, those walkways like you see at the airport, like going this way, and then one going that way, so they can hurry up the people. It's not even two mountain ranges.
Understood.
It's so not even a mountain range that you could just like they created a little underground walkway so people are cool in the heat of the desert. You see what I'm saying? So it's not even geographically there. And so then there's a dude who did a whole thesis on like the hadith, how like what they talked about, like how the prophet used to do his pilgrimage, right? And comparing the geographic locations to what the ancient world in that location at that time called a mother city.
Understood.
Which is Petra. When you go there, a whole city built out of the rocks. Who else did that but the Ethiopians?
Understood.
So that I know it's some African folks right there. Yeah. Perfect geometry, perfect star-based. Right. They understand. There's a lot of, now I've been researching this. There's a lot of like star-based things that are in this Quran that even even scholars don't even understand. It's way over their heads because they don't understand the astrological aspect of it.
Right.
And that's in the culture of Petra.
Understood.
You see what I'm saying?
Understood.
I could keep on going, bro. Like this
now,
is
this
I've done a complete
your
study.
Conclusion, or have you heard this conclusion made by other people?
So I've gotten pieces of this. I'm giving you like, okay, this is something now specifically that I saw in there's a verse, a chapter called the Quraysh.
Yeah.
Li'ilafi Quraysh, right? So Li'ilafi Quraysh ilafihim rahlata shita'i was safe. Shita'i was safe. Shita'i was safe means winter and summer.
Yes, sir.
Right? So winter and summer. So they're saying that they're saying basically like, God is like blessing the Quraysh who's in charge of the holy house, right? And the prophet came from the tribe of the Quraysh, so they're saying like, bless you guys because you're feeding the pilgrims when they come during winter and summer. Now it would make sense if you had pilgrimages. Now you know that the Quraysh, he was rich, right? They were the tribe that used to control the holy house, and they used to be rich because they used to vend, because the pilgrims were coming back and forth, and they used to do business with the pilgrims, right?
Yes, sir.
Right.
So that would mean that Mecca would have to be a mother city that the whole world congregated to in 2 times, which just naturally, like with the time of how should I say it, celestially, right? Like within the calendar, it would have to make sense, right? That people came at a certain time, so summer and winter, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The Quran backs that up and says that the pilgrims came in summer and winter. She thought you were safe, right?
Okay.
So, or winter and summer. So interesting that they say winter first. Anyway, that's a whole nother issue. So winter and summer, the pilgrims are coming, right?
Right.
So, what was I saying? So they're coming in. So that would mean that there's 2 times during the year that these people are coming. Where are the two winter and summer pilgrimages during in current Islam in thing? It's not during winter and summer.
No.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So why would the Quran be saying these pilgrims are coming in winter and summer? Where is it right now? That means they're on a different calibration. They're on a different calendar system.
It's true.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, it goes so deep, bro. Like,
Okay.
I have to like really just. We have to
Digest it.
deconstruct a whole
It's a lot. Yeah, it's
bro.
a lot. It's a lot.
Because we've been I feel we've been totally miseducated.
Understood.
And we're looking at this from a totally different lens.
Understood. So if we were to cliff note the conclusion, is it what that Mecca is not what it purports to be?
Nope.
Understood. So you're saying the Mecca that Mecca purports to be is actually Petra. That's what you're saying. Based on your gut and based on what you've researched.
Yeah, based on what based
Understood.
On, I don't have but surprisingly they are stopping people from there are other people who believe this didn't come from me.
Okay.
The Petra Joint, like I said, this is somebody else's thesis that I came across.
Okay,
and
understood.
it was really interesting.
Understood.
There's some other
Do you remember the name or who?
Nah, you could easily look it up online.
Understood.
There's another concrete book that I have. There's a German Institute of Islam, and they had a whole thesis on. I actually have that book at home. They have a whole thesis on, the Prophet Muhammad is actually Christ, and like Isa of the Bible, and that's why the oldest Islamic inscriptions are in Israel. Like in Jerusalem at the Dome of the Rock.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So there's a whole bunch of like theories, like why are the oldest African artifacts? Like I said, the oldest mosque is in Iraq.
Okay.
The oldest mosque is in Iraq.
Yeah.
Right? The oldest inscription is in Israel. Where is Mecca in all of this?
Maybe they shifted it around and moved things around and created a deceptional type of concept. You see what I mean? Because I've heard that same thing about Petra being the origin of Mecca.
Right. To me, it was a takeover, and history has even shown. I think his name is Ibn Jabir. Ibn something like that. Jabir. He or Zubair or something like that. Something like that. There was a switch, and even in the Quran, there's a switch of qiblas. You see what I'm saying? So there's definitely something that happened, and I think it's definitely with the calculations of the calendar. I think the Islamic calendar is It's man, I'm going into
no, but you going into some good things. I'm gonna tell you something. It's good credence that you lay up on that because it's a mountain cavern.
It's a mountain, bro. You just shooting the top of the mountain.
It's a mountain cavern that they flooded out in Kemet in Egypt and moved it to another location.
To another mountain.
Yeah, because they didn't want you to get in there, get us in there, or go over there and discover things. So what you're saying is actually true. It's they've moved things around. They've created a, what do we call that? Deception.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, they created a deception.
That's their job.
Yeah, because they're over there right now flooding out Egypt.
Understand.
Kemet, they flooding it out.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? They're trying to destroy stuff.
Yeah.
Even in Saudi Arabia, they're destroying a lot of the so-called holy sites.
Right.
There's an active campaign where they're destroying all this stuff. The ones in Afghanistan, they were blowing up. Remember
that's
those
true.
whole like Buddha heads
That's
and
true.
this and that?
Yeah.
There's a campaign with the super religious, the extreme religious, in Islam or any other religions. Why are they attacking the ancient thing? Because they want to erase this ancient story, this ancient narrative, and who those people actually were.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
Me and you. Absolutely, bro.
man.
Yeah, so you back to the war on Islam. The war on Islam is a war on God, bro. That's what it is. Because this world is built contrary to Allah. Yeah, so that's what it is. That's what it is. And so
and God's people, unless you can't attack God, unless you just attack God's people.
Exactly.
And so that's what we still see. It's
the original man.
The original man.
The Asiatic black man. That
concept. That's why when the man
originator.
So imagine. So now back to the from Spain. Imagine Andalusia was run by black Muslims.
Yes, sir.
Right. So if that was the case, and these were the only people and I made the case for Iraq being the center of astrological science. That means people that navigated the stars to get to a certain destination. Only the Muslims had that, and that was transferred from Islamic family to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now the only schools that were teaching that were the Islamic schools, right? So this is coveted Islamic knowledge. So Christopher Columbus had to have used either Muslims or the Islamic knowledge of the time to get to the New World and have permission even from the Muslims to navigate and get on these shores. Then what does he do? Use that to enslave other Muslim nations.
Yes, sir.
And many Muslims got caught. There's a book called Slaves of Allah. Sylvan Diouf, Senegalese. Wrote that book, Slaves of Allah, and shows the Islamic history that was, from West African nations, Muslim nations that were captured into the the slavery and brought to South America, North America. All of these things, man. So Islam plays a deep role even until today.
Absolutely. Yeah, but you can't rule a people if these people know their origin.
Yeah, there you go. Now
straight up.
That is
so this deception you're talking about is necessary for the Caucasians to rule. They can only rule on deception because they know that they did not originate any of this. So that's their game. You can't knock them for doing by finessing. The only way they can finesse is by lying and deceit.
Right. It's a matter of survival. Exactly. It's a matter of trying to stay whole and trying to convince themselves that there's something that they're not. They even went to Kemet, to Egypt and all that. Kwaku Kwesi spoke on that and tried to claim that we were Caucasians.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's the whole premise of the thing. And that's what I'm saying. Like, the whole game is built on Egypt is white.
Oh, yeah.
Right,
the
exactly.
whole game.
Exactly.
Once we understand,
exactly.
And they're fighting for that title, but we're like, who cares about that fight? Intellectually, Sheikh Anta Diop, he was put under house arrest.
Yeah?
Put under house arrest, and there was
by which authority? By whom?
By the French.
In where? In France? Okay, that's right, because he brought that out of France.
And he broke his house arrest and went to the conference where they made the definitive, they were trying to make the definitive case for the whiteness of Africa, of Egypt. You see what I'm saying? Well, he came in and obliterated them. That's how the Dr. Benz and the Astro Quasis and all of that. It started with Sheikh Anta Diop. From Senegal. He had the carbon testing. He had he had his own university over there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
in Senegal.
Yeah.
Like he made the definitive case that even in Wolof, even the Senegalese language in Wolof, there's still words, right, that are related to the ancient Egyptian Kemetic language.
Wow.
There's still words today in the language.
Yeah. It's not
We
surprising.
can say kem. Kem means black, and khem in Wolof means black.
Yes, sir.
You know, or like
Chemistry,
you know,
yeah.
khoin is the burnt rice on the bottom of the thing. So you see what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah.
the linguistics are still
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
You can't prove you can't show a single European nation that has linguistic roots in Kemet.
Well,
You see what I'm saying? So it's just definitive, and that's just linguistically. He proved it He proved it in every single way.
and you have
Every,
Understood.
with every science.
Understood.
You have
You
to
see what I'm saying?
understand this
Obliterated
too. They
it.
Yeah.
had what you call the Caucasian alliances,
Yeah.
and they got together and discussed all this stuff in order to create a
But
captive,
that's-
motivated.
That's why they had him on house
spirit.
arrest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine how scared you are to have a brother prove that point, and he still came and messed the whole game up.
Yeah, man.
And sparked brothers like Astro Quasi. How many brothers has Astro Quasi sparked up, and sisters?
Oh,
you know what I'm
man.
saying?
So many, it's not
Who is this? Who is
Astro Quasi?
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Or
man,
Kwaku Quasi.
Yeah, you
Sometimes
gotta-
he
you
goes
gotta look
by
him up,
that.
man.
Okay.
This brother
He's alive
said-
right now.
Alive and kicking
Yeah.
right now.
Understood.
This brother
Okay.
said,
Yes, sir.
he
I
said
just saw him
somebody
recently,
knows
I think
something
a
about
few
you
ye-
that they
about
don't
a
want you to
few
know
months
about
back.
yourself.
Say that one more time.
That's
bro.
true.
He says
Yeah.
somebody knows something about you that they don't want you to know about yourself.
Oh, that's
Of course,
man.
Of course.
And that's his thing. Once you realize that what the importance of what that phrase is,
Yeah.
somebody knows something about you that they don't want you to know about yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what this whole game is about.
That's the
Egypt
game.
is yours.
Yeah.
You see what I'm
All
saying?
of it. Yes, sir.
Like they're trolls. Their whole pages on Instagram right now that they put out these CGI images. We just unveiled this mummy, and she's an 18th dynasty queen from Queen Tai from
Yeah.
the 18th dynasty, and we reconstructed her face with all of the latest technology, and this is what we came up. Are you guys ready? And it's come on, man. She looking like Mona Lisa over here.
Goddamn, like that?
And I'm like, bro, it's insulting,
Yeah.
right? And I used to get emotional about it because
yeah.
I'm like, damn, like I used to be on these pages like, man, what are y'all, you know what I'm saying? And then another brother like come in or a sister come in, man, like, yeah, man, that's what I thought, man. These people are kind of crazy. And you know what I'm saying? And then they're trying to like intellectually bully you. The first fact
Exactly.
checking, and when I knew that they were paid trolls, like paid agendas, was
yeah.
on these Egypt pages that
Damn.
are on Instagram.
his site.
Yes.
And they're trying, man, they sharpen up the nose.
Yeah, bro.
They lighten it up straight, giving them like blonde hair, blue eyes. And I'm
Yeah.
like, damn, like I don't have anything about, against white people, but if you go to Egypt, you're going to get tanned, and some you're definitely not 20 generations white in Egypt. It just doesn't make
Makes sense.
sense.
No, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
And
sir.
it's kind of insulting at this
It is.
point. You
It
know
is.
what I'm saying?
It is.
But us melanated folks, we don't realize the level of insult that is because we're spending dollars and there's pyramids on the back of that dollar.
Yeah.
So they took our whole Masonic order.
Right.
Fact.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
There you go.
And flip, man, this shit is goes
built
so
this
deep.
empire on that.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Well, because they built it on falsehoods and negligent knowledge and misconceptions of things, and even gave us a language that's what you might call bastardized.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
basically evil.
Yeah, and that's the only way they can rule.
Yeah. That's the only way.
That's
they
the
can
only
rule.
way they could rule the original man, bro. So
Yeah.
you can't get mad at them for doing that, bro. All you can do is awake as many people as possible.
Well, because
knowledge of themselves, bro.
because it's just like you just said, you can't fault them for doing anything like that because it's a survival technique.
Exactly.
You see what I mean? And brothers like you, me, our brother over here, it's just like he said, it's insulting.
Yeah.
It's insulting. Why
Yeah.
would you get in somebody's face and lie, like the Indians say, with a forked tongue and pale face, and have this wicked agenda. What do you think you're going to accomplish with this wicked agenda?
But we're not,
what is the process of this?
we're not the process is to recreate history and to sell it back to you, and that's what's happening
Absolutely.
right now. And we're not versed enough or educated enough in history, in our own history, to even be insulted by the whole
Absolutely.
get down.
And
Yeah,
you know
that's
what? That's
I mean?
amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
amazing synopsis that
Yeah.
you just gave
Yeah.
about that explanation of
Yeah.
ignorance and stupidity.
Yeah, you're born into their matrix, man. So
Right,
they
right.
control
There
the
you
parameter of your knowledge, bro. So it's
Right.
like that. We set by you being born into our world, which is their world. I said we are in their world right now because they make the rules for it.
Right.
We set the bounds by which you could even navigate reality.
Oh,
That's what they do.
Yeah, that's
what they do.
That's
what
a
they
cold
do.
thing
So it's
right
like,
there. What you said,
these
my
niggas
brother.
is white. These niggas is white.
Yeah.
Everyone that's good is white, and you speak English, which is our shit. So by
Right.
default, by speaking their language, you are in it. You're in it, and they got you. And then Jesus is white. It's a
Well,
wrap.
that's what Martin Luther King said. They gave you 127 reasons why white is good and 137 reasons why black is bad.
Yeah, yeah, and it's a cold game, bro. It's a cold game, and they know. It's like in order for the recessive gene to rule, you have to deceive.
Yeah.
You have to deceive the dominant
Master
gene.
of deception.
Exactly, from the knowledge of itself. Because once
it's not even like the recessive gene, because there's some real white folks out here that really understand and are really like I was in OC. I was just telling you.
Orange County.
Yeah, I was
County,
I was doing an event. Yeah,
Dope.
I got an opportunity to speak, and at this event, it's more like a this little like kind of school, classroom. They have different speakers and different consistent amount of students.
Nice,
And this one older white dude, like gray hair, like older cat, just blue eyes, all of the whole thing, white
Yeah.
dude. But he was like, we're talking about this whole agenda and this whole, the pandemic and this and that. And he was like,
Okay,
man, they're
understood.
not human. That's the problem. They're not human.
Pandemic,
And I
huh?
was like, dead. Dude.
Pandemic.
Here you go. You got a white man talking about that they're
Well,
not
because
human.
he knows.
Because there's different classes of. So go back to the Sheikh Hunter Diop. So he said that there's the 6 levels of human being came out of. So the 6 levels of. The 6 different evolutions of humanoid came
Right.
developed out of Africa. In no other continent has there been found the 6 levels of different subhuman or humanoid, whatever, like humanoids,
Homo sapien or whatever they say.
Homo sapien, all of that, you know what I mean? In any other continent but Africa.
Understood.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, that being said, the European that he's that crossed, he calls it the Grimaldi man. He says that the one that crossed over and that got froze, the African that crossed over into Europe but got trapped after the Ice Age. That it was the the European mutated from that African man, and then what I mean, that happened. So what I feel is that there's different levels of white folks, man. There's white folks that are deeply human and deeply connected to the evolutions of those humanoids that came out of Africa. You know what I mean? But then there's another subcategory of that even white folks are looking at the other white folks like, nah, y'all ain't human. Like there's something
Facts.
different about y'all.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, there are. Yes,
Well,
sir.
you have you have different entities from the universe, and
Yeah,
you
and
have
that part
hybrids
too. Yeah, no,
you have
that's
hybrids.
real, man.
You see
That's
what I
real.
mean? You have
Yeah.
hybrids, and a lot of people metamorphose into other things. Just like you see a lot of brothers and sisters, they lose their melanin.
Yeah.
So what do you think they're metamorphosing into? It's just like I tell white folks. Or so-called Caucasians, which this is why I spoke earlier about color and all that. What's going on is this. It's it's illusionary and it's transitory. What they're doing is just like we're speaking on now, is deception.
Yes, sir.
It's deception at the highest form.
Yes, sir.
You see what I mean? Because what they've actually done is just like when you read the Willie Lynch letter.
Yeah.
He said it works just as well on the whites as it does the blacks, or the blacks as it does the whites. So what is that telling you? That's telling you we working with concepts. We not concerned about color.
Yeah.
That's just something to trick you.
Yeah.
See what I mean? And they know the true origin of things. That's why when they landed on the moon and Neil Armstrong said this is a small step for man, but a large step for mankind, because he already know we were there.
Yeah, exactly.
We're looking at them when they landed.
Yep.
We was already there. You see what I'm saying?
Who's that man he's talking
Yeah.
about? Yeah, okay. We that man.
We
You
the
that
man,
We
the
that-
original, just like
you
he
that
said
man.
earlier, the origin, the original man.
Right,
That's
right.
who we are. You know what I mean? How we gonna know about the stars and the heavens, and we supposed to be in the jungle and talking about oogum boogum and cooking people in pots? You know what I mean? Now that's true. They could cook people in pots, but that don't mean that you don't know nothing about the universe or you didn't come from there. We might be tricking you. Yeah, I put on these rags and these sheets, but check this out. I got something for you. I know who you are.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah. There's a lot of knowledge in that. Is that one small step for man, and then one large
step for mankind,
So-
because you're a kind of man.
Thank you,
You're not an
everybody.
actual
Baby too.
origin of anything.
You kind of want.
You're a derivative
Yeah. Facts.
of whatever we created at that time, and we got tired of it.
Yeah, but like,
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, so that's. I mean, how else could that be interpreted? As like there's man and there's mankind. Which one is which? Okay, well,
And we see this is what we have to get away from too. This is another thing that is societal and suicidal. This is why I keep getting with the concept of this color stuff, because, and the concept of Negroid or Caucasoid or Mongoloid.
Yeah.
Or Meso-Mexican. See, you giving categories to something that's beyond categories. You're making up something as you go along in order, just like you said earlier, to keep us convinced and to keep us fooled of who we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, in this, to go back to the Quran, I always go back to the Quran when I like analyze things and, try to make sense of it.
Yeah.
This book says he made us in nations and tribes so that we may get to know each other. You know what I'm saying? So we have to be different, because like you said,
Exactly.
you have to know, okay, you come from a nation or you come from a tribe, right? Now we can interface with the next tribe and learn from that next tribe, and that it's always about groups.
That's why it's
groups
variety.
Of people
That's why it's
interacting with
variety.
other groups of people. That's all. That's all history has been. And what are the laws, the bylaws of these groups and people, and how they interact with each other? You know what I'm saying? There's rules of war. There's rules of engagement. There's rules of negotiation. There's rules of combat. There's rules. You know what I'm saying? All of these things. There's delineator like markings, or lines in the sand, like where things are supposed to be. There's an order to things, like and the ancient world understood that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, of course, because when you're universal and cosmic and you're traveling the stars and the universe and different galaxies and different planets, you have the full conception of who you are and where you're going and what's going on. But now look, once you get to a certain degree of knowledge or a certain degree of ascension, as you say, we don't really have the right to go and tamper with stuff and wake up people to things that may not do them any good at the time, at the presence that they're at the
Yes, sir.
state that they're at.
Yes,
See what they've done is, if they did a bad, created a bad conception of society. You see what I'm saying? It's a conception of hatred, just like you said earlier. Why would I dislike you? What would I hate you for?
Yeah.
Were you telling me because it's white or because it's black? Where are you getting these concepts?
Yeah,
So that's an evil and wicked concept.
The concept of hate is wicked.
Yeah, because
Facts,
look,
man.
and look what you did. You defiled woman.
Yeah.
You defiled woman. You see what I mean? Now you trying to degrade her. She has no control over her own body. What is all this?
Understood. Who defiled woman?
Well, the so-called a devil, a Caucasoid, a Iblis, or whatever, and then now you got black devils too. You got all kind of devils because that's a concept.
That's right. That's right.
See what I'm saying?
That's right.
Because they look like a brother or they talking like us, that don't mean they won't take us out.
That's right.
And that don't mean that they're not following a concept that they don't know anything about.
Absolutely, bro. Yes, sir.
You notice what the police do, and those are so-called brothers and sisters. But what do they do? Yeah. From the concept of needing a job and calling themselves being trapped in a matrix, which is materialism and what you might call money. You know, when you're making it personal, you calling it money, which is a piece of paper.
It's paper.
With a person's face printed on it. Now, because we have money face. Too with our faces printed on it. Yeah. Okay, now why would you turn your back on your fellow man or fellow woman behind the conception of a job and the conception of you need to take care of yourself? I'm making money. I'm creating a lifestyle. How are you making money and creating a lifestyle when they got the money machine?
Facts, man.
Yeah. How you making money? You mean you're transferring money around. You're exchanging currency.
Yes, sir.
See, but no, they making money. See, they doing this and they doing that. Well, and why is everything you talk about derived around numbers and paper? That's just numbers and paper. It has no more value than the value that we place on it.
That's it.
You see what I'm saying?
That's it.
And everybody right here now at this table is more valuable than anything on this earth because we all created it. It was all of our conceptions.
Now check it out. The Nabateans, they had money with black faces on.
That's what I'm saying.
With
even coins. They had coins.
Or La ilaha illallah. You know what I'm saying? Muhammad Rasulullah.
Yeah.
On the money.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And it was silver.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was backed by something. It wasn't just a note.
And they had brothers with dreads on and all that on the coins. Right. We even brought up some of the coins on the internet. You see what I mean?
Yeah. So Nabateans, where are they? Where are they from?
That's the Petra.
Okay, that's Petra. Okay, I gotta do my homework, bro.
Yeah, I know. There are people that just
straight up
disappeared. Their whole culture, mother civilization, vanished.
Gone. Understood. Yes, sir.
We heard that story.
It's effective. Yeah.
Well, understood. You know, it's a brother that I think he's a millionaire or billionaire or something. It's a brother, and he started his own businesses when he was young because what he had went through. You know, having to take care of himself and paying rent at 12 years old. So he said he decided to go all around the world with the money that he generated from his businesses from a teenager, you know what I'm telling, adult. Okay, so he's actually been able to read a lot of the, papyrus papers and stuff like that, and a lot of hieroglyphs from different countries over there, Kemet, Egypt, and all. Kush or whatever. And he said he's got, actual translations of what the Sphinx was for. The Sphinx, they would actually land spaceships in the back of it and come up through it. You see what I'm saying?
Yes,
and it's an actual archive with records of the, what do they call it, Kashian records or whatever it is. You see what I mean? And he has actual proof of that. And who was that was supposed to be so-called enslaving the so-called humans here to get the mind gold? What was the name of them?
The Anunnaki?
Anunnaki, there you go. You see what I mean? So we got so many case histories that's been hidden from us, it's not funny.
And then check this out, you just touched on something else.
Yeah.
The oldest Qurans are written on what?
Papyrus. That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Where do papyrus grow, bro?
Egypt.
Okay.
Right. There we go.
Where are they not growing?
They ain't growing here. And Los Angeles is a desert.
Understood.
Actually, my neighbor is growing papyrus. Okay.
Oh, is that right?
Bro, I was blown away.
Who's your neighbor?
Like he's just a cat, like cool cat.
Oh, okay, understood.
You know what I'm saying? But he's growing. He has papyrus in his backyard.
Dope.
Yeah, so it can grow here, but it needs but it's not growing in the,
Yeah, just where you can like, just go by and just
in Mecca. What I'm saying in Mecca or thing, it's not growing over there.
Right.
So if this like this, alaq, it says it's revealed at Mecca. It's the 19 verses that are revealed at Mecca, the first verses of the Quran.
Right.
Oh yeah,
And the oldest Qurans are written on papyrus.
That's right.
Bro, where are you getting the papyrus from?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well,
Understood.
look,
Understood.
You always,
but
you always have
you
an origin of where things expand.
Yeah, it should have been on camel skin.
Right.
If they said the oldest Quran was on some camel skin, I would have said, okay, nah, for real. I'm not being like, racist or anything or funny or whatever. Like, I'm just saying.
Yeah, yes, sir.
You would use what you have. you
Yeah.
know?
Why don't you read 96, bro, if you can? Yeah, you supposed to do that an hour ago, but yeah.
Man, all right.
Do what you can.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. اقرأ باسم ربك الأعلى الذي خلق الإنسان من علق لقد خلق الإنسان في أحسن تكوين ثم أدادناه أسقال سفيلين إلا الذين مانوا وعميلوا صالحات فلهم أجر غير ممنون. Like
Yes, sir.
I read slow, but
I understand.
I could
man.
read, man.
No, I felt it, bro. No, I felt it, bro. And like,
I haven't read this surah in a long time.
people people who speak Arabic and write Arabic and have told me that like this book is special when you hear it. Even when you were reading it right now, it's like, whoa, you feel it.
Yeah,
You
it's
feel
different.
it. It's revelation.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's
And there's
the
some
vibration
it's
of the
the
words.
it's
That's where the power comes from. It's in the
Absolutely.
vibration of the words.
Yes, sir.
That's why the Bible is written in code, because it's written in Greek, Hebrew, and Chaldees. You see what I'm saying? So when you get the real knowledge from the Strong's Concordance and the Companion Bible, so it's actually 3 Bibles.
It's actually Guz. It's written. The oldest Bibles are written in Guz, and Guz is a. Check this out. The Amharic, so even this original, we say that the Quran didn't change. It did change because those original papyruses didn't have the accents.
Right.
Understood.
You know what I'm saying? So it could be, ladhi or ladhu or ladha.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Well, so we don't know because we're not. They're interpreting it with the present day Arabic, not the classic Arabic.
Right.
So they're putting there. So depending on where the accent goes on a certain root word, it can go any way. So in the Ethiopian, there's 7. It's a 7 language.
Oh, okay.
So each letter has 7 vowels.
Oh, okay.
So la, lu, li, le,
has a
lu,
structure.
le, you know
It
what
has
I
a
mean?
structure.
And seven tones that you can hit.
Go to.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With each letter. You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
So it's a mathematic language. So these are languages that are like, where what I'm saying, even the ancient, like, the Latin or, the Chaldean, all like, it's not as spiritual when we're talking about the spiritual
because
languages
you're getting the
and the
vibrations
tones
and
and
the
the
vowels,
vibe
the way it rolls off your tongue.
and that mathematics of it.
Right.
So literally it's shaped. It's a mathematic code that you're speaking in sound, which is sound is light, and you know what I'm
It's
saying.
shape-shifting.
All of
It's
that.
shape-shifting.
Like, bro. It's
the
an
good
experience.
thing is,
Absolutely,
the good thing
bro.
is
No,
that
absolutely.
we're getting into the science of it. We're getting
Yeah.
into the origin, into the root part.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Because now
the
it's
root
coming back into full awakening. The consciousness is coming
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, the root.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, and it's like it's the power of these words spoken in the original Arabic
Right.
that'll really shatter.
There you
It'll
go.
shatter the cloud of deception
Yeah.
because you're born into the cloud, so you don't know reality for what it
That's
is.
true.
All you know
That's
is
true.
lies. But you
Right.
hear something like this, you're like, "What the fuck? What was that? Why did my whole soul just shake?"
Because it's the
You know what I'm saying?
vibratory
Exactly.
energy. It's an
Exactly.
energy to it. It's not empty.
Yeah,
See, English is kind of empty.
yeah,
Empty.
yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's kind of like
Shallow.
You forcing something. It's shallow. Yeah, it's shallow. You
Yeah.
forcing it.
Yeah, it's
You
a
know?
bastardized language and it's shallow. It
Exactly.
doesn't have these tones. Even Chinese got tones. Got something else to
Right,
it.
and those
Yeah.
tones bring about certain types of energy.
Facts.
And certain type of commands.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? And they know
Absolutely.
what it does. That's why they don't want you speaking it. That's why they don't want you
Exactly.
going back over there.
No, they want you going over there.
No.
No, sir.
That's why they over there flooding out everything.
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
right, bro.
moving mountains,
Yeah.
moving whole statues. What are you
right.
doing?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's in the cave that you don't want us to see?
Yeah, that's real. How did you learn Arabic? Your father?
No, actually, an old Ethiopian dude.
Dope.
Yeah, I used to like right there on my block, man. Like right down like by like Ladera Park. There was this old Ethiopian man. He had a shop, a shop in the back, and so over a summer, I just sat with him and learned how to read.
There we go. Yes, sir.
You know?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Well, knowledge is power, and that's why they broke up the household, because they didn't want us exchanging knowledge. They didn't want us getting together like we're doing now.
No, absolutely
and
not.
using your powers, because all of us, our minds are very powerful. Because I'm learning something all the time, and I'm learning a lot right now, and I really
Absolutely.
appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. No, all of these, these. I've had this is number 25 or whatever, 24. It's like, no, this is for me. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm gonna go back and listen to this and be like, wait, did we really say that? I'm gonna take notes, and then I'm gonna go and research. It's just like you're providing. All you're doing is we're providing light for people to be like
Yeah,
the flickering light is like, wait, oh, maybe I should second guess everything I've been spoon fed since birth.
There you go. See, and you serve a great purpose in this, because you're sewing up the gaps. You know, you're bringing out the mystery.
Exactly.
And that's what we need to do. We need to work at this.
Yeah.
We don't need to sit around and allow it to go bad.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I really appreciate this.
Yeah.
And it's thankful. I thank the universe and all of us and the spiritual cosmic powers that we possess, because I didn't even plan to be here, so I already know what the universe had in store for all of us.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
It wanted your black ass right here, right now.
Of
bro.
course, and it wanted you to be in the forefront, because, see, you're going to play a major role in this. I've already got visions of all of us on many projects that we're going to have.
Putting in work, man. It's
Exactly. You
that's
got to put work
that's
in, my
that's
brother.
literally all I do is work, bro. Is you get it now, right?
Well, look, you really at play.
You get it. It's just like once you start the work, you realize the magnitude and scale of what's required of us. And,
Right, there you go.
It's what's a man? A man is someone that assumes responsibility, personal responsibility for everything in his environment. And I'm like, oh, the environment's the universe. Oh shit.
Now, you touched on
I'm a
something
god.
that's a revelation
god.
right there, what you just said. Yeah,
Yeah.
you are
I'm a
God.
god.
We all are gods.
I'm a god.
See, and you touched on a revelation right there, because me and Dr. Pooch, Double R, and
Brother Adam.
Brother
Adam X. Yes, sir.
Yeah, it reigns true.
Yes, sir.
When things we've talked about, you brought it right out, and you was nowhere around. Supposedly, your consciousness was present.
Yes, sir.
Maybe your physical attributes or body wasn't there.
Yeah.
But you bringing up the same exact conversations that we done had. It's just on
absolutely.
another level.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
you know how to telecast and broadcast. That's the most important thing right now.
Facts.
Because it needs to be telecast and
Absolutely.
it needs to be broadcast.
Yeah, man. We operating from duty. We have a duty to enlighten.
There you go.
And it's self-interest because the more people that are enlightened, it's a better world for me. So
And your children.
Yeah,
See, the
exactly.
important thing is that y'all have children, that you nurturing children,
Yeah.
that you understand the concepts of, what did you just say? Responsibility. When you said that,
oh, it's all
yeah, when you said that, you said a mouthful because so
a
many.
man assumes personal responsibility for
There you
everything in his
go.
environment, bro.
There
No
you
matter
go.
And
devils are not
accountability.
Yeah, facts, man. It
Exactly.
don't matter, bro. It's like, listen, it's like if I see a devil or see a white person, I see that, and like it's just like, okay, well, where did you came from? You came from me. You me.
Yeah, you
know what I'm
are.
saying?
Yeah,
you
you
are
are.
me, bro. So I am responsible for raising your condition.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I don't
Exactly.
care what now because I've done enough work to where like I'm not in my feelings when I assess the universe. I'm just like no, I'm
Yeah,
just
now
like all
that-
right.
that's
I am a
important.
god. A god is responsible for everything in his environment, and okay, well I've got work to do.
Because we've all actually created this stuff, the stuff that we play with the EQ and the mixer and the computer, and then we just made extensions of our mind. We say,
Facts.
well, let me put this on the table and view it. Let me create something that I could play with,
Facts.
like a toy. It's a mechanism. That's
Facts.
what it is. See, but when you're dealing with demonic energies or so-called lower spirits, they are in the purpose of trying to worship materialism.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? These are tools. We don't worship this.
No.
It's a tool. I don't worship the car. The
No.
car is a tool.
And yeah.
It takes you where you can't walk or you ain't gonna walk to.
And to go back to, we haven't talked about Gita, but this material universe is a tool.
Yeah, it's a
through which to
tool.
flesh, 'cause
It's a
this is-
mechanism.
exactly. It's a tool to flesh out another angle to who you are.
There you
That's
go.
it, bro. It's like,
There
'cause
you go.
You God, bro. You
Of
are.
course you
are
God.
Not, you are not this material body. You're using this body to like.
You
okay,
got a whole lot of
I got
bodies
this,
laying
I got
around
this
here.
one. I got this one
Yeah.
now. Oh, what am I gonna do with this?
Yeah, and
then
each
they-
time. Well, go ahead.
Yeah,
Excuse
no,
me for
just the
cutting you off.
game is like the game. It wouldn't be a game if you remembered who you really were.
There you go.
It wouldn't
I was
be a
just
game.
finna touch on
wouldn't
that.
be a game. The game is
See?
coming back down here to get to a point where you can remember again. Like, okay,
There
I
you
got it
go.
back.
Now that-
I
look,
can go.
that's beautiful.
Oh,
That's beautiful.
Because what's a game? What's a game
Yeah.
without obstacles?
You
it's
got
not a
to play the game.
It's a
You gotta
game.
play the
What's a
game.
game if you just over there like just beating up on little kids? That's not a game. That's abuse, bro. You know what I'm saying? You gotta come. You're like, oh yeah. Oh, I'm not a nigger. Almost had me.
Yeah, because there's no such thing. There's no such thing as a nigga. That's
Right,
something.
exactly.
That's
Let's
something
get to work.
that is been out of shape. That's something that somebody that didn't like themselves.
Exactly.
You see what I mean?
man.
That was the original nigga.
Yeah, exactly.
You
man.
know what I mean?
So
They're
it's
like
just-
they say OG.
Yeah.
Well, that's OG over there. That's the original nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's right. And I'm realizing like, we all chose to
to come here.
be here,
That's
bro.
right. We signed a contract.
Yeah,
we came
all
in agreement. We chose our parents, the whole 9 yards.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? But just like you say, it wouldn't be a good game if we came back and knew every
Knew it.
damn
Like,
thing.
it's such fun.
Exactly.
That's
So you
not-
come back in a state of so-called ignorance, in the mode of ignorance,
In the mode.
the mode of goodness, and the mode of what? Passion.
Passion. Yeah, you go through passion to get to goodness, and hopefully you stay there.
There you go,
That's
man.
it,
man,
bro.
I love it, man. I love it, man.
Yeah. And you toggle once you get out of ignorance, you toggle between passion's fun, bro. Don't get it
It's
twisted.
all of it's good. All of it's good, but you don't take it to the degree that you tipping. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You see, everybody's getting to a tipping point. See, now we at a tipping point.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Now the devil is getting real vicious
Oh, yeah.
because he's getting in your face and telling you shit that he know is not true.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Man.
And look, what did you say? The pandemic? Because that's what it is. It's a pandemic. How you going to predict the future when the Lord said what? Evil and wicked people are predictable. Okay, we're not predictable.
Facts, man.
See, we didn't stop when the car started. Well, wait a minute. How this happened? What's going on with it? We didn't stop. We kept going. We said, no, we going to get around this.
You gonna get it in.
See what I'm saying? We going to get there.
Yes, sir.
See, because we got to get there because it's a purpose greater than us. You know what I mean? And it was lovely.
Facts,
And
yeah.
as soon as I looked across the street, I saw those numbers. I said, oh.
333.
I already know where I'm at.
That's right.
It's time for me to rest and relax.
Heaven. We in
Yeah.
heaven. This is heaven.
Yeah, this is heaven.
Heaven.
This is heaven,
No, this is
man. It's a
heaven, bro.
blessing.
That's a heaven. And
Yeah.
we had to fight through hell to get it. It wasn't even that much of a fight. Shit wasn't even that bad.
I got a
bro.
song like that. It's called Heaven Now.
You rap?
Oh yeah, me I rap.
Oh,
Yeah,
word.
Oh, yeah, this started with hip hop, bro.
Oh, I'm not surprised, but
Yeah,
that's
it
good to
started-
know.
it
Okay,
started
yes,
with
sir.
hip-hop.
Okay,
Yeah.
understood. All right.
Yeah, I got a song called Heaven Now. It says,
Oh, nice.
It says, we are here in heaven now. I don't have to die to see that heaven's right inside of me.
There you
You
go.
know what I'm
Facts,
saying?
man.
Like,
Yeah, man, that's
we don't
it.
have to die to be in heaven.
Nah, bro.
Because heaven is wherever we go. We
Facts,
create
facts,
heaven as we go
facts,
along. We can
facts.
create our own hell
Facts.
if we want to.
Facts, man.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
But what it is, and what's going on now in this so-called present time and dimension is just like you said earlier, just like my brother over here said. They're trying to conceptualize our thinking. They're trying to manipulate us into a way to where we figure we need them for something, which we really don't.
Yeah, like for a vaccine.
Yeah.
We need white people.
Right.
We need white people
There you
to
go.
inject something
be
into our
healthy.
blood. We need white people to be healthy. That's funny.
I love that,
That's
man.
funny.
I love the way you
That's
come
funny.
up with
funny.
the concepts that you do because
It's funny.
they're right on point.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
right on
I can't.
point.
I don't rap, but this is what I do. I could.
Well, you are rapping. Rapping is
you're
in
right.
all
This
kinds
is
of
rap.
different
This is rapping.
degrees of
It's
rap. Mm-hmm.
rapping. It's just like, yeah, it's just like this is. I've got I could articulate shit. You feel me?
Yeah, man.
Like,
Well,
yeah,
you are blessed.
Yes, sir.
And
Thank
as
you.
we go along, you'll elevate to that point because you got raps in you got songs and you got
sir.
all that. And look, remember this: we can cast no judgment on what either one of us does because it's a purpose and we learn from everything. And just like I tell brothers that rap or do music or this or that, you don't know what track is going to be a hit. It could be the stupidest track in the world. What did they do with Tiny Tim? Tiptoe Through the Tulips. That was all over the world. You see what I mean? So the concept of what we're doing or what we're talking about, or you could go to Rufus Thomas. We doing the funky chicken, and we gonna do the breakdown. You see what I mean? Now, at one time, who would have thought that was gonna be a hit or that was gonna be major?
Yes, sir.
The funky chicken.
And the breakdown. You know what I mean? We doing the four corners.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? What is that? The hustle? Do the hustle.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. You
Yes, sir.
see? So
sir.
it's a concept and it's a knowledge and a wisdom and it's a knowing, and we have to go forward regardless to what people think or which way they look at us. They could laugh and do whatever. It doesn't matter. The concepts that we have to be put out, and they have to be allowed to negotiate a different type of what you call consciousness. We're in a
Yeah.
different consciousness
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, and just like I was talking about earlier, it's like since we've assumed the responsibility, we are responsible for raising people, raising the vibration and the consciousness of the masses, bro.
That is, man.
because it's that shift, that cosmic shift of energy that's going to really usher in the kingdom
Because
of Allah.
we're the ones that's actually creating this atmosphere.
Facts.
We have
Very
a part
facts.
in this bullshit.
Facts. No,
see what
facts.
I'm
So
saying?
therefore, it's only about raising your own vibration.
Right, exactly, because
Facts.
it transfers. What do you call that? It's adaptable, it's adjustable, and it spreads.
So science has proven that you praying
it
is
works.
elevating the whole consciousness
That's
of this
right.
neighborhood.
Of course.
Man. Yeah.
Like like us having you having a congressional prayer, 2 or more people, is literally changing the amount of violent crime or whatever, you know what I mean?
course
you guys
it
are praying
is.
for. Like this is documented, like you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
like facts, like science, you know, beyond
It's a
you know,
reality.
like statistics and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like everything it has been calculated and shown that it's human intent that can change and literally change the outcome of what we think is an actual fact, is a reality.
Facts, bro.
It can literally change it.
Facts.
Prayer,
Facts.
bro.
That's it. And you got to think that's all we are as spirit in a physical material body is intention. Everything else is bullshit. But
Of
that's
course,
it.
of course.
That's
Like
it.
Paramahansa Yogananda said, it's transitory and illusionary. What did you say earlier? You said the problem is not really a problem. It's in your mind.
Oh, yeah,
it's
yeah.
the way your
Yeah.
thought pattern
Facts.
is or what you're thinking.
Facts. Yeah.
See, and that's it. Because if you turn around the next moment and forget about it,
It ain't a-
you didn't even know it was going on. You're like, well, wait a minute, wait, hold on. What was I thinking about?
Yeah.
See?
That's right.
And look,
right.
we have to get together and do these things because this energy is healing.
Oh, absolutely.
You see what I mean?
It's just like, the flat tire. It's like, but like I said, all we had to do is get here. Because in this conversation, it washes. It's like baptism. It washes,
Of course.
washes all the way, bro.
Look,
This ain't my first time. I'm like, okay, I just know. I just got to get here. Y'all niggas just come. We'll figure it out.
does.
Once you get here, just get here. I get it. Someone's on your nerves right now. Just get here. You'll be all right.
Now, I love that because when I would do music and I would do tracks,
But yeah, what do you do? Are you what's your thing? As far as music wise,
no, say that again.
you said you do music. So
Okay. What I was saying
bass
was
player?
what you just said. Yeah, bass player,
Yes, sir.
guitar, keyboard. Sing and can rap.
Okay, yes, sir.
Different things.
Yes, sir.
All around.
yes, sir.
Universal.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay, but what you were saying was about not interrupting the creativity. He mentioned that too. And that's perfect because when I used to do tracks with a lot of brothers that were just starting out how to do EQ and mix and all this different stuff, a lot of times they didn't understand the concept of creativity. They would do a lot of starting and stopping.
Yes, sir.
See, but when creativity is going, you allow it to flow. You just let it roll. I don't care which way it's rolling, you let it roll because we're learning from it.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
Just like I would tell the brothers that we work with, I say it's no what you might say right way. It's the way that it's done at that time. It's the concept that's going on because that's the reality of truth. That's the reality of being spontaneous.
Facts. Yes, sir.
See, that's real. That's the only real. Just like when people play music, and just like when we would have, when they would have concerts. Okay, well, you might say, okay, this was the '60s or a so-called rock era or so-called rhythm and blues or whatever. A lot of producers and a lot of people that would record music or have studios, they didn't understand the concept of real music or real podcast or real television shows. It's spontaneous.
Yeah.
It's not nothing because I made a record and I can repeat the record verbatim like I did on the record. It's creating something on the spot and it sounds like it's a record, like something you sat around and might have practiced for I don't know how long. You see what I mean? And
Yes, sir.
I would tell brothers that's rapping or singing or doing whatever, the audience don't know what you're going to do. So you got to be prepared to, if you don't do a thing a certain way, just let it go the way it's going. Just make sure it mixes and goes along with whatever you got going. They don't know.
Yes, sir.
You don't want to act, just like if you have tracks or music or something, or you playing live bands. When you doing shows, you don't want to exactly play like the record all the time. No way, because
Facts.
you want to get the feeling of what's going on at that time.
Facts. Facts.
You know
Yes,
what
sir.
I mean? That's what's getting you, that's what's making it real and making it live.
Absolutely.
Is because at that moment it's being produced.
Facts.
Yeah,
Yes,
just
sir.
like what we're doing, just
Facts,
like you
man.
talking, just like him talking. This is actually reality. This is more
Yeah.
truer than anything because it's actually going on as we're doing it.
Absolutely.
We didn't sit around and script all this.
No. Nah. No.
So we didn't sit on TV and like they got scripts and they got what you call playwrights and all that, and then just made up a bunch of lies and put it together and y'all get up here and speak this and speak that. But they had to speak life into it.
Facts. No. Yes, sir.
See, because
Facts.
we could have put anything on the paper, they may not be able to transfer that to the public. But once they get into their character,
Facts. No. Real. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
you see what I mean?
Yes, sir, I
So
do.
this right here, and I love this, and I appreciate you, my brother, and
Yes, sir.
thank you, man,
Yeah,
for
this-
allowing me
Yes, sir.
to be a part of this
Yeah.
because you are a true scholar. He's a true scholar. I'm a true scholar
Yes, sir.
because you know that what you said earlier was you just get here. I
Yeah.
don't care what all this is and what that was.
I don't give a fuck.
Okay, get here and
Yeah,
sit
nah.
down, and we gonna make it right.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
And
right.
that's beautiful, man.
Exactly. Exactly.
You see what I mean? And just like my brother over here, he did the perfect thing. He didn't allow it to have an effect upon him whatsoever.
That's right.
You see what I mean? He just, well, we already know what this is going to be, just like you did,
Yeah, I
just
know.
like I did. You see?
I know.
That's the beautiful part. We're not caught up in a scripted way of living.
Yeah. Yeah, and you got to think like the devil's anything that gets you off your intention because our intention is God, bro.
Of course.
Right.
Of course.
And our intention was like, oh, I hit you up. You're going to do this tonight. And it was going to happen. And the only, those thoughts that we had, like maybe I should haul it off. But I had mine too. It was quick though. Sometimes it's been like,
I had to let it
quick,
go. I
quick.
didn't even try
Yeah, it's
to hold
gonna
on.
come,
I
but
was
you
like,
gotta release it.
Yeah,
You
get
gotta
that-
witness those
yeah,
thoughts,
Yeah,
man.
get them
and
out.
then,
you
like,
gotta kill those thoughts.
Yeah,
You gotta
absolutely.
kill them as they come.
Absolutely, bro. And it's not
See?
just thoughts. It's you get wave of energy where you're just like, oh, I'm tired right now. But once, like I'm telling y'all, once you get here and I embrace my brothers, it's a wrap. It's like, oh fuck, I was tripping, bro. I was tripping.
Yeah, because all that stuff is
I got a
those
song
are concepts
called
we got from other
Intentional,
people.
Too.
Oh,
I got a
nice,
song
bro.
called- on the FDA project. Food is dope in America. That's FDA.
Nice, bro.
FDA, huh?
FDA.
Food is dope,
Food
and
is
that's
dope in
good.
America.
What's the name of the track though? Intentional.
Intentional.
Oh yes, sir.
Yeah, well, it is
man.
Oh, yes,
intentional.
sir. Now you doing everything to get the youth, bro. I see.
You got to.
Hey,
You
hey,
got to.
fucking
You
see
I
got
was,
to.
I was
You
just telling
got to.
Double R, man. I said, look, this
see
is this transcendental trap, man.
Oh man, facts.
You know,
facts.
It's meditation music. You know?
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Just like when we came here, first thing you had on. Now this was see, you did some visionary shit and didn't know it.
Oh yeah, no, I
We
don't.
had just came through downtown.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, is my mic still on?
You good, bro? Yeah, you good.
Okay.
You sound good. Yeah.
But I don't hear it in the.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
You just gotta.
Okay.
something.
Oh, sometimes it's
It can mess up.
Yeah.
You don't hear it now?
Nah, I got it.
Okay,
Nah,
yes,
I
sir.
got it. When we was coming through downtown,
Yes, sir.
I had visualized that, but we had to kind of detour from that to check the car.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? So when we walked in and I saw what you had on, and then we just got finished dealing with what I was dealing with, and we was dealing with outside about the vehicle, the vessel. It dawned on me that you were in tune with everything. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? The tea, everything. You were just right in tune. And when we came in and the conception over the television set, it just went with everything.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? You
That's
had
God.
a soothing, peaceful atmosphere.
Yeah, y'all made it to heaven, bro.
And look at
Congratulations.
this. You got these.
Y'all made it, bro.
Bless you. And
Oh
look,
yeah. And by
you
the
got
way,
these plants, man.
Yeah,
I love
bro.
this. I'm
Yeah.
fixing to put some plants in my room. I love
y'all
it.
in heaven right now. You're,
Yeah.
you're welcome.
man.
This is
Yeah.
a blessing. That's
Y'all
what
made
I
it.
majored
Y'all made it.
in.
Y'all
Was,
made it.
horticulture and
Congratulations.
agriculture.
Congratulations, bro. Y'all made it
Yeah.
to heaven. Congratulations, you're here.
Thank you,
Enjoy.
man.
But
Thank you. I enjoy heaven,
I wanted to
man.
say this earlier about like, but what is heaven without hell? Right.
Right. You gotta know why heaven is there.
All right.
Because we getting away from hell.
Yeah, exactly. Because without what is light without darkness, right?
You got to have both.
You've got to have the contrast, and then
Yeah.
that's why we came to this physical realm to experience the contrast. This is the room with a
Right.
relative. Because
Right.
other than that, all there is light.
Duality.
All that's
duality.
God.
Yes,
Allah is
duality,
light.
yin
So
and the
you
yang.
need to go to the realm of the relative, the physical universe, to contrast the darkness against the light, to
need
know
to
who
know
you
what
really
nothing
are.
is to experience
facts,
what something
facts,
is.
facts,
There
facts,
you
facts,
go.
facts.
There you go.
So hell is just the other side of heaven, bro. You got to experience it to know what heaven really is. And
Well,
the deeper into hell you go, the more upside you can get in there.
That's right, because once you
Pendulum
enter it
swings
and
both
go
ways.
into it and come out on the other side,
right.
you washed.
Exactly. And then once the true heaven is when you realize you don't have to go to hell to get to heaven.
Right.
You just have to know what it is. It's like, oh, I understand. I conceptualize that, but I'll stay over here.
Right.
Well,
in
it's
the Eden.
it's also a feeling. Like
Yeah.
you feel what
Yeah.
hell is. You feel the depths of like what depression and
Yeah.
and all of that is.
Yes, sir.
And then you can feel the upswing of that because like like you said, the pendulum swings both ways. Like it's gonna go from 3 o'clock like darkness to high noon. Like it goes in different polarities.
And then look at
right.
this. All these concepts that we discussing, which you touched on, and we all touched on beautifully, we've been taught that.
Yeah.
Somebody taught us this foolishness.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Somebody directed us in this direction to sabotage ourselves and those that are around us.
Yes, sir.
Some people hold on to those ideas so bad
Yeah.
to where, you know what I mean? They have meltdowns. Literally, we
Yeah.
deal with a friend of our comrades,
Yeah.
he had a literal meltdown in front of us. You know what I mean? If he had been radioactive, it would have burnt a hole in the concrete.
Damn. It's happening tonight?
No, but it you know, you can always bring up the thought pattern. Like
Understood.
You bring up that pattern, that vocal pattern on there.
Yes, sir.
You see what I mean?
Yes,
you know,
sir.
things go in a graph and
Yes,
a
sir.
scale. Like he said, it
Yes, sir.
goes up and then it goes down, and then, like they say, from the darkness. See, they try to use, there's a conceptual misguidance, the dark and the light.
Yes, sir.
So you're trying to say one is worse than the other. But it's not.
It's not.
It's
yeah,
not.
facts. No.
You have to have some sort of
Yeah.
darkness in order to get the concept of what's actually going on. If you stay in the light too long, you're going to miss it.
That's right.
You stay in the dark too long, you're going to miss it. So what we're doing is duality. What we're really doing is the point that we're getting to now, like you said earlier, to get back to who we are
Facts.
and born in a sense of ignorance
Facts.
and deception, not knowing. We have to go through that in order to understand that both concepts have to be relative.
Yes, sir.
They have to.
Facts.
That's the motivation.
Yes, sir.
I get motivation when things are getting fucked up and look bad. I really get motivated. I said, well, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go back into that childhood shit. I'm not going to be mad and frustrated and start blaming folks and pointing fingers.
Facts.
It ain't had nothing to do with me.
Yes, sir.
That needed to happen because that was a part of the experience.
Facts.
Yeah, I'm not going to let it ruin my day.
Absolutely. No,
You
sir.
know,
No,
you don't let
sir.
it ruin your day. You know the baby was gonna mess up that diaper.
Yeah.
That's why you got the diaper.
Absolutely.
You
Yes,
know
sir.
you need to change it.
Yes, sir.
See?
Yeah, I want to bring back, and we can close out, but what we talked about earlier about pushing on the streets. I can't emphasize, this is dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get twisted. Like, I love us rapping together.
But you're not actually pushing. What you're doing is you're inviting.
Facts.
People need knowledge and they need wisdom. I don't care if you stand out there and they don't get it.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna get it.
Facts. You're right.
See, and look, they have to understand that the Lord loves a cheerful giver. You have to be charitable.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
We're bigger than these things.
Yes, sir.
You see what I mean? I can't, just like you said earlier, how can I get mad at you and be upset with you and be angry with you? Where am I getting that concept from?
Facts. Yes, sir. Yes,
You
sir.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I listen to you, I might learn something and I might be able to
Absolutely.
relax.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I might be able
Yeah.
to relax.
Yeah. So, but like I'm saying, like, it's just, this podcast is dope. Obviously, we still connecting, but there's a difference between this and then bringing what we're doing here to hand-to-hand comment in the streets. And it's that hand-to-hand comment on the streets with those high stakes that turns us from, turns us from boy into soldier. Right. And what I'm noticing, the more work I put in, it's like the men that Allah brings to me, like a lot of, I hang out with, like, I fight my gym. I'm pretty much here or at my gym. So it's a lot of white boys, bro. But he's bringing to me the best. And he's bringing to me, like, the ones that are actual soldiers that put in work, Marines, naval officers, like the ones that he's bringing me, men, and he's showing you, like, no, you a soldier, bro. You up here with these dudes that went to West Point, these dudes that went to Annapolis. It's like you're right up there with them. Yeah.
Well, in a certain sense, you're beyond them because you don't have that stigma.
Exactly.
You're not trapped in that narrative.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, I mean, you're not based in a simple-minded.
Absolutely.
Grievances and stuff.
Yeah, man. But a soldier's a soldier, bro. Don't get it twisted. Yeah, it's like it's a type of man that's willing to sacrifice.
Well, yeah, it's a guy that I deal with. He's like a cousin of mine. He was in I think Desert Storm or one of those things, and this is what happened because I didn't even know that he had been through this. But once he mentioned this, it kind of shook me because he let me know from the depths of where he was coming from. Now, I knew he had a good character.
Yes, sir.
Okay, but he went into a story, and he says, okay, Double R, I was going across the minefield. He said they didn't know it was a minefield.
Yeah.
And he said he was up in a tree because he was a sniper. That's what he was, sniper. That was his thing. He said he was up in the tree, and one of his fellow soldiers was coming along and stepped on a mine. He knew because it clicked.
Oh, man.
So he thought about it for a minute, and I don't know if the guy understood what was happening or whatever, or it happened so quick, but he said he stepped off the mine and ended up mangling his legs. But in the meanwhile, while he's up in the tree, the impact split his stomach and opened it up. His intestines was out.
Damn.
So he said he had to take his shirt, tie his intestines up. Then he had to jump down out the tree and pick up old boy and carry him all across the minefield to get to safety. He said, meanwhile, Double R, they shooting at me and they dropping bombs.
Yeah.
When I heard that I said, wait a minute, Leonard? You mean to tell me? He's like, Double R, yeah, I done dealt with all that. They got had 2 or 3 tours. I was like, wait a minute now. That was the slightest. Never would have thought that.
Yeah. And
Never would have thought that.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't compete with that. You know what I'm saying? You can't compete with that experience. And I know a lot of dudes like that. You could tell by the look they got. They got that look. It's like, oh, I done seen some shit, nigga. Like, don't get it twisted.
Oh yeah, the brother. Just like you said, he's a man and a soldier. That's why you impressed me when you said that. Because when he told me that story, then I got a lot of stories like that.
For real.
I was like, well, he knows what he's talking about. Because why would he even bring up something like that? You see what I mean?
Yes, sir.
I was like, yeah, now you touched on a big note there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I'm down to close this out. You got anything else, bro?
Man. Nah, man, this has been a pleasure.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate the opportunity, man.
Yes, sir. We doing this again, bro.
And man, I love it, man.
Yeah.
I love it.
Nah, for real.
I see you know how the mixer.
I had to learn all this shit, bro. Yeah, everything here.
I had to too. I learned it from other producers.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Yes, sir. But
even though I was deep into music, the really getting to the EQ and the really enhancing your sound.
Yes, sir. It's an art. Yeah, I'm not a master yet. I just figure I just know enough to get us here.
Well, you are a master. You're a master at what you do.
Yes, sir. Facts.
See what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You're a master at what you do, and I'm glad that you understand the conceptual agreements of things and grievances because, see, the knowledge and wisdom is going to carry us a long way.
Absolutely.
Because you're a part of it. We all are a part of this. We all are major keys to this.
Yes, sir.
This is why the universe said what, or the Lord said what. You have the keys to all things within your mind.
Facts. Facts. Yeah, bro. So, let's close this out. You want to close this out with the Fatiha, or you want me to close out in prayer?
Let's do it. You could do it in prayer. I could do the Fatiha in Arabic.
If you can do the let's do the Fatiha. You close us out in prayer. You do the Fatiha in Arabic. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But you want us to read it in English as well?
I'll go and then you go. How about that?
Yeah,
let's do it.
All right, yes, sir. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, all praise is due to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, and Master of the Day of Judgment. Thee alone do we serve, Thee alone do we beseech for divine aid. Guide us on the right path, the path upon whom Thou hast bestowed favors, not upon whom Thy wrath has been brought down, nor upon those who go astray. Ameen.
Ameen.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
Ameen.
Ameen.
Yes, sir.
Oh, God.